Join us as we go to Brescia, Italy, and visit the Castle of Brescia, which contains the Arms and Armor Museum and the Museum of the Risorgimento.
This is the Brescia Metro.
This monument is in honor of Italian patriot Cesare Battisti. He was captured and hung by Austrian forces in 1916 after the Battle of Asiago.
It was a long and steep walk up to the castle, but the view from there was amazing.
The castle is on the top of the Cidneo Hill. The castle still bears traces of the various dominations of the past. For about 400 years, the Republic of Venice ruled Brescia.
The castle is also known as the Hawk of Italy.
This locomotive first went into service in 1907. After running for 2,500,000 kilometers and having overcome both world wars, it was retired from service in 1961 and put on display at the castle as a symbol of the sacrifice and work of the people of Brescia.
This is the Arms Museum, and it houses one of Europe's finest collections of antique armor and weapons.
The origins of plate armor date back to the late 1300s. The local armorers were masters in the art of weaponry. Over the course of the Middle Ages, the shapes of the Italian helmets evolved.
The 1500s were the golden age of armor, when the history of armor reached its apex. The Italian and German styles of armor blended and spread across Europe. During this time, tournaments became an important part of a knight's political and social life. Firearms and armored equipment coexisted on the battlefield during the 1500s.
sculpture from the 1300s.
This is the Risorgimento Museum.
In the spring of 1796, the French army, led by General Bonaparte, crossed the Alps, conquering Milan and threatening the Pope's domains. The revolution had arrived in Italy. After 4 centuries of Venetian rule, in March 1797, dozens of Brescian revolutionaries took an oath of loyalty to the green, white, and red tricolor flag. They would either live free or die. The Venetians were defeated on March 18th. This marked the birth of the Brescian Republic. This lasted for 8 months. Austrian Empire annexed Brescia in 1815 following the Battle of Waterloo. That was the end of Brescia's Napoleonic age.
In Brescia, now under the rule of the Austrian Empire, dissent against the new power soon started to grow. As early as 1814, there were insurrectional attempts by former Napoleonic officers, eager to re-establish the Kingdom of Italy.
The years 1848 and 1849 are also remembered as the springtime of the peoples due to the revolts that broke out in Europe demanding constitutions, representative institutions, and freedom of press and association. In Italy, this season started with the Sicilian Revolt of January 1848, which was soon followed by uprisings in Milan, Bologna, Florence, Venice, Rome, and Brescia. The Roman Republic was founded in Rome after Pope Pius IX turned his back on the ideals of the Risorgimento. Due to its strenuous resistance against the Austrian forces, the city of Brescia earned its epithet of Lioness of Italy.
The 1848 insurrections paved the way to the First War of Independence between the Kingdom of Sardinia and Austria. The First War of Independence ended, leaving the situation of the peninsula basically unchanged. The Second War of Independence was set off by the signing of an agreement with Napoleon, the second assuring France's military support in exchange for the handing over of Nice and Savoy. The war ended with the important annexation of Lombardy to the Kingdom of Sardinia. Brescia and its surroundings were at the center of a long series of conflicts.
The victories of the Franco-Sardinian army in Lombardy were followed by the triumphal entry into Brescia of the 3 protagonists of the Second War of Independence. Between June 13th and 18th, 1859, the jubilant people of Brescia welcomed Giuseppe Garibaldi, Victor Emmanuel II, and Napoleon III. Although the Veneto region and Mantua with its surroundings remained under Austrian rule, Piedmont annexed Brescia.
Displayed as the poncho that Garibaldi wore during his military participation in South America and in Italy.
Garibaldi's prominence in the Civil War in Uruguay and in many episodes of the Italian Risorgimento earned him the nickname Hero of the Two Worlds. On May 5th, 1860, Garibaldi led the famous expedition of the Thousand for the liberation of southern Italy and Rome. This successful mission saw the participation of 86 Brescian patriots. The annexation of the South proved decisive for the proclamation of the birth of the Kingdom of Italy on March 17, 1861. In 1866, the newborn kingdom participated, alongside Prussia, in the conflict that led to the defeat of Austria.
This painting shows Garibaldi carrying his dying wife Anita through the swamps of Camacchio. The Red Shirts were volunteers who followed Garibaldi during his Italian campaigns. The name derived from the color of their shirts or loose-fitting blouses that the volunteers, usually called Garibaldini, wore.
Kingdom of Italy had to immediately face several political, social, and economic challenges. The development of the transport and industrial sectors was not uniform across the country, and the traditional rural culture of many provinces of the kingdom did not facilitate the process. During the final decades of the 19th century, Brescia and its surroundings were among the areas that were most affected by the spread of industrial activities. One of the objectives of the newly unified Kingdom of Italy was the definition of a national identity, interpreted by the creation of museums and monuments.
The fascist regime led by Benito Mussolini used the Risorgimento period for the purposes of political and ideological legitimation.
Thank you for watching our video.
Please like and subscribe to our channel. Ciao.